शीतला सस्यश्यामला मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्.
Good morning everyone. I am U. Avnish Shankar of class 8C going to say the prayer. Lord, make me an instrument of thy purpose. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, forgiveness. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in forgiveness that we are forgiven. Thank you.
Good morning, respected principal sir, teachers and my dear friends. Today we all have gathered to celebrate International Day for the Preservance of Ozone Layer. It is celebrated every year on 16 September to spread awareness among people of the depletion of the ozone layer and find possible solutions to preserve it. We, the students of class 8C, are proud to deliver today's assembly on this momentous day.
Each moment consists of hundreds of messages of gods. Being human beings, we always start by the name of the Creator. So let's welcome our friends Rishlaj Lakra and Jayesh to recite some verses from the Holy Scripture of Bhagavad Gita and to tell its meaning.
Good morning, my dear principal sir, respected teachers and my dear friends. Today I am going to tell today's spiritual thought. Udhogen Purushin Upayati Lakshmiha Deva hi Devamiti Kapurusha Vandati Deva Nihatya Kuru Paurush Atma Shaktya Yatane Krita Yadi Na Siddhati Na Gotra Dosha. Thank you.
Good morning. Now I will tell the meaning of this shloka. Only hardworking and courageous people get money. They are useless people who keep saying that if they are in luck, then they will meet. As much as you have power and ability, keep doing your hard work. And if you do not get success even after trying, there is no fault of yours. Thank you.
Thank you Jayesh and Rishraj for the beautiful recitation. It is nice to honor our country. So here comes our friend Sai Sandeep to tell the pledge.
India is my country and all Indians are my brothers and sisters. I love my country and am proud of its rich and varied heritage. I shall always strive to be worthy of it. I shall give my parents, teachers and all elders respect and treat everyone with courtesy. To my country and my people, I pledge my devotion. In their well-being and prosperity alone lies my happiness. Jai Hind.
Thoughts gives you incredible power to shape your life and those of others. So here comes my friend G. Harshavardhan to tell the thought and explain its meaning.
My name is G. Harshvardhan from class 8C. Today I am going to tell the thought. The thought is, save nature, make future. Save ozone, our planet safe zone. I repeat, save nature, make future. Save ozone, our planet safe zone. So now my friend D. Manas is going to tell the meaning for this thought. Thank you.
Good morning everyone, this is D. Manas of class 8C going to tell the meaning of the thought. The meaning is, we have to save nature to make our best future. Because ozone is the nature's sunscreen, if there is no ozone on our earth would become barren. So we have to save the ozone layer, save earth and save ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much Manas and Harshavardhan. Well, though we are celebrating Ozone Day today, to be honest, I am not very sure why is it celebrated. So can you explain about it?
Sure. International Ozone Day is observed to raise public awareness of the ozone layer's depletion and the potential solutions to maintain it.
It seems to be interesting. I want to know more.
Why not? Let's call Roshni to brief us about this topic.
Good morning everyone. I'm Roshni of class 8C and today I'm going to speak on the topic depletion of ozone layer. Ozone is a thin layer of oxygen made up of 3 atoms of oxygen. It protects us from the harmful rays emitted by the sun called the UV rays or the ultraviolet rays. Too much exposure to the UV rays can increase the chances of skin cancer and also affect our immune system. They also harm plants and animals. So, the ozone layer forms a protective covering for Earth and protect us from the UV rays. In 1970s, scientists have discovered that the ozone layer is getting depleted due to man-made chemicals such as chlorofluorocarbons, also called CFCs, and oxides of nitrogen, which mainly come out of appliances like air conditioner, refrigerator and fire extinguishers and industries. These chemicals float to the stratosphere and break the molecules of oxygen, resulting in the thinning of the ozone layer. But luckily, the ozone layer is capable of healing itself if the use of such chemicals is reduced. Now, the question arises, how should we prevent the depletion of ozone layer? Firstly, we should spread awareness about the harmful effects of chemicals such as chlorofluorocarbons and also the problems we might face if the ozone layer is depleted. Secondly, we must try to replace the old appliances in our home with the new ones to reduce the production of chemicals. And lastly, we should use appliances such as air conditioner only when it is necessary. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.
Thank you, Roshni. That was an informative speech. Watching and listening to something new every day makes our day more fantastic and interesting. So now I would like to call my friends to make this event even more fun with the cultural program.
Speaking in an expressive way and acting at the same time concludes to a skit. So, I would now call upon my friends Puneet, Pavani, Sudipti, Pranita and Rishita to present a beautiful skit on our theme International Ozone Day for the preservation of the ozone layer.
Oh no! Oh, it's coming! It's coming! What? Global warming? Hey friends, I'm sure, just like a little kitty, you too so confused by the sudden melting of snow wells. Unfortunately, it is bound to happen, and will come a time when there is no snow left, and it's all because of global warming. I'm sure you have heard this term before, and so let's explore it today. What's global warming mean and its effects on our lives, environment and entire world? Zoom in.
So what is global warming? Global warming is a term used to describe the raising of average temperature. In other words, it is our entire planet heating up. In the last century, our planet was heated by average 1 degree Celsius, which might not sound like a significant change, but it could have a big impact on people and animals at globe in present and in future. It is assumed by the 21st century, global warming is likely to cause an increase in Earth's temperature around 2 to 5 degrees Celsius. This makes climate more erratic and making many species into extinction and making life much harder.
Important question is what causes this global warming? Well, the factor responsible for the change in the phenomenon known as the greenhouse effect. And what is that? Since the industrial revolution, humans have been burning fossil fuels such as oil and gases released into the atmosphere during this process act like an invisible blanket trapping heat from sun and warming the earth. This is known as the greenhouse effect.
Not only that, deforestation is another huge reason for global warming. As we all know, trees absorb huge amount of carbon dioxide from air and release oxygen back into it. But sadly, many rainforests have been cut down by humans to make furniture, paper, to clean the way for roads, animals, dams and habitation. So due to decrease in trees and forests, carbon dioxide remains in atmosphere, adding fines to fuels and warming the globe. And if this continues, there will be severe consequences as a warmer climate can affect our planet in many ways. Like, there will be more rainfalls, seasons will be unpredictable, the ice will shrink, thus resulting in the rise in water.
Global warming. But the most crucial question is, how do you prevent global warming and how can you contribute towards saving the planet? Well, you don't have to do anything big or tiny changes in your own home and can make difference too. For example, try switching off your normal bulbs to save energy. Saving light bulbs energy. Take a walk or bicycle instead of using vehicles for short distances. Always turn off the electrical items when you are not using them. And most importantly, recycle and reduce your food waste. All these little things can make difference and will turn you into a superhero. Thank you.
So, this is about global warming. Hope you understand. Bye.
Singing in a beautiful voice can win one's heart. So I would now call upon my friends Tejashvi, Bhavanika and Sharon to sing a beautiful song on our today's theme.
Humans lie in the bright sunshine, but its rays aren't all of the friendly kind. UVA rays age the skin, UVB rays burn it, but just in case you thought it was all bad news, ultraviolet light makes vitamin D in him, in her, in me, in you too. It isn't just humans that have to take care of ultraviolet traveling through space and air. We phytoplankton living in the sea for photosynthesis need UV, but too much bleaches out the green and damages our DNA. Yes, we've been having a hard time for many years, but now let's celebrate, whoop and cheer. That big Antarctic ozone hole is healing now thanks to the Montreal Protocol. Healing thanks to the Montreal Protocol. Healing thanks to the protocol. We're delightful, fighting fit, floating phytoplankton, living in a big wet sea. Tiny, mighty, thronging, thriving, feisty phytoplankton, dancing nature's choreography. You naughty humans spray ozone depleting substances such as chlorofluorocarbons into the air enough to interfere with ozone that shields Earth from UV rays. But international action has succeeded in reversing ozone's decay. Hooray, hooray, hooray! We're delightful, fighting fit, floating phytoplankton, living in the big wet sea. Tiny, mighty, thronging, thriving, feisty phytoplankton, dancing nature's choreography. UV radiation splits molecules in stratosphere. O2 oxygen divides, quickly recombines, but here, one in every 500,000 ends up as ozone. Free the conquering hero from UV issues. Our planetary home is home, we're home, my home, your home, everybody's home. We're life's foundation food. We phytoplankton down at the bottom of the food chain. And now the ozone hole is healing. We're feeling fitter, so once again, we're delightful, fighting fit, floating phytoplankton, living in the big wet sea. Tiny, mighty, thronging, thriving, feisty phytoplankton, dancing nature's choreography. It's twinkle to ozone, dancing nature's choreography. Thanks to ozone, dancing nature's choreography.
Dance includes the movement of hands, legs, and eyes. So I would now call upon my friends Aradhya, Kanishka, and Amrita to present a beautiful dance performance on our today's theme.
मीठा है कोसा है बारिश का बोसा है कोसा है कोसा है बारिशों का बोसा है मीठा है कोसा है बारिश का बोसा है कोसा है बारिशों का बोसा है जल 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 थल जल थल चल 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 बहता चल नन्नारे 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 मीठा है कोसा है बारिश का बोसा है कोसा है कोसा है बारिशों का बोसा है मीठा है कोसा है बारिश का बोसा है कोसा है बारिश का बोसा है जल 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 चल 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 बहता चल नन्नारे 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 बरसोरे मीठा है कोसा है बारिश का बोसा है कोसा है बारिशों का बोसा है मीठा है कोसा है बारिश का बोसा है कोसा है बारिशों का बोसा है जल 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 चल 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 बहता चल नन्नारे 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 बरसोरे
Thank you everyone for your exemplar and alluring performances.
Now my friend Purnachandar is going to give more information about ozone layer.
2020 weather patterns. pushed the Antarctic ozone hole to the 12th largest on record. September 20th, the Antarctic ozone hole reached an extent of 24.8 million square kilometers. 2020 was the 12th largest hole on record. In 2019, the peak extent was the second smallest hole on record. But this contrast does not mean that the hole is worsening. That's where weather patterns come in. Colder temperatures are one of the factors that activate ozone depletion, which means that weather patterns play a vital role in determining ozone layers which extend each year. Arctic ozone hole peaks during the southern hemisphere winter when the temperatures are low and the sun rays return. The 2020 was exceptionally large due to the stable and cold in Antarctica vortex, the atmosphere low pressure system that flows clockwise in the atmosphere. Unfortunately, it took years to realize how damaging they are to the ozone. It's there that the colder conditions help support formation of polar stratospheric clouds, whose cloud particles activate ozone layers, chlorine and bromine compounds. These compounds extend for years for human production and used to be found in things like aerosol spray and feeders. If chemically active forms of chlorine, bromine are present and they are above colder temperatures of sun rays, a reaction occurs on the surface of cloud particles that forms in cold stratospheric layers, leading ultimately to runaway reactions that destroy ozone molecules. The Arctic ozone hole is first discovered by the researchers in the British Antarctica Survey in 1985. Just a few years later, in 1987, the international community assigned the Marshall Protocol in substances that deplete the ozone layer. Countries as small as Japan and as far as North Korea assigned the deal relating to the consumption and production of ozone depleting compounds. Since 2000, human-made ozone depleting substances have slowly declined, which is why we are seeing their effect on environment today. The ozone hole over Antarctica is expected to gradually disappear as four carbons continue to divide. Scientists expect the erotic ozone to cover back to 1980 levels around the year 2070. My friend Hasni will now continue with the topic how the ozone layer got healed on its own.
In some positive news, the largest hole in the ozone layer above the Arctic has apparently closed. The news was recently shared by the EU's Earth Monitoring Programme. Why is that good news? Earth's ozone layer absorbs most of the sun's ultraviolet radiation. The ozone layer absorbs 97 to 99% of the Earth's medium frequency ultraviolet light. The lack of it would expose life forms to the rays. UV rays is one of the major causes of skin cancer. But now the largest ever hole in the Arctic region has healed itself. The hole was approximately 1 million square kilometers wide. If it had moved the same way over the populated areas, this would pose a threat to humans. The self-healing process has nothing to do with the COVID-19 lockdown worldwide. But how did it heal itself? The polar vortex helped heal the ozone layer. The polar vortex is an area of low pressure, and cold air surrounding both of the Earth's poles. The high altitude currents bring cold air to the polar regions. The hole was understood to be a result of low temperature at the North Pole. We already know that global warming and CFC gases deplete the ozone layer. In fact, similar holes are quite common in the Antarctic region as well. The CFC gas was banned by the Montreal Protocol in 1987. And it has shown some good results in the reducing of the Antarctic ozone hole.
We should know what is happening around us to keep us up to date. I would call my friend Teja to tell us what is happening around us.
Good morning, respected principal sir, teachers, and all my dear friends. This is Paulpati Teja of class 8th-C standing before you to tell the news. Taliban claimed complete control of Afghan sponsorship province. 80% COVID-19 immunity lost in 6 months in some after Pfizer shot. North Korea rejects Chinese vaccines UNICEF. 4 Indian origin people dead, 2 missing in US floods caused by Hurricane Ida. Afghanistan universities reopened with curtain dividing male and female students. 44 people died in New York flash floods. NASA begins flight testing electric air taxi for first time. Women stage protest in Kabul demanding right to work and education. Surat private school shuts for 1 week after kids found COVID positive. Delhi reports 0 deaths and 32 new cases. India creating record administrating 1.25 crores COVID vaccine daily. KNPD launches Amir Chitragada new book Valiant Women. Nipah virus case identified in Tamil Nadu. IAF plane with Rajnath Gadkari to conduct mock emergency landing on highway in Rajasthan. India finishes Paralympics with 19 medals. Indian athletics soared high in Best Ever Paralympics. Thank you.
Morning ma'am, my name is P. Swetasri of class 8C. To decrease the global warming, I am planting 1 plant. Ma'am, this was I planted 1 tree. Achieve. Thank you ma'am.
Now I would like a principal sir to address the gathering.
I'm very happy to join your virtual presentation of the assembly. You chose a very appropriate subject for your assembly. This is the ozone layer problem which the environment is facing nowadays. And I was very impressed to see a number of suggestions given by the students. How can we contribute in protecting the ozone layer, which is very important for our health, for our existence on the earth. If you watch the news, read the newspaper, you will find that the situation is very alarming. And both ways we are responsible because the population on the earth is growing. The demand and the natural resources are being exploited, and therefore the ecological system, the balance which nature has created, is getting disturbed. And even this progress or development has been very rapid in recent years. So, one thing is the need because of the larger population. Other thing is that we are trying to give back anything to the nature and trying to disutilize the resources for our comfort, for the sake of luxury. Especially when it comes to the developed countries or the people, those who are already having resources or technology, they are not much bothered about the adverse effect of their living on the earth, on the nature. This is something where, as tomorrow citizen, I want all of you to have your concern. You are supposed to use the natural resources very judiciously, first thing. And second thing is, you must try to play your role in, trying to compensate the loss, whatever has happened so far to the nature. Otherwise, the reports coming from various scientific corners are not very encouraging. It is said that the global warming is increasing at more rapid pace than it was expected by the scientists. I hope participating in such programs, you will learn and remember the lessons which your friends have shared with you or which you have presented with your friends. And this is the right purpose of education. I convey my best wishes to the class, your class teacher, for having this meaningful presentation, and look forward to be a part of many more presentations of this kind in time to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful and inspiring words.
We sincerely thank our principal, sir, Mr. Sameer Kumar Pandey, for giving us this opportunity to present through virtual assemblies, and our class teacher, Mrs. Beulah Jivukala ma'am, for guiding and supporting us throughout the assembly. Thank you.
Our starting has always an ending. Now we have reached to the end of our assembly. It is the prime responsibility of every citizen to respect the country. It is the time to utilize our 52 seconds for the world's best national anthem. So let us all get ready for our national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे